Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge without speech or language, without a sound to be heard. Their voice has gone out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. In the heavens He has pitched a tent for the sun, like a bridegroom emerging from his chamber, like a champion rejoicing to run his course. It rises at one end of the heavens and runs its circuit to the other. Nothing is deprived of its warmth. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, bringing joy to the heart. The commandments of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. The fear of the Lord is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true, being altogether righteous. They are more precious than gold, than much pure gold. They are sweeter than honey from the comb. By them indeed your servant is warned, and keeping them is great reward. Who can discern his own errors? Cleanse me from my hidden faults. Keep your servant also from willful sins. May they not rule over me, then I will be blameless and cleansed of great transgression. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, oh Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Oh Lord, the heavens declare your glory. The sky don't keep it quiet, it tells on the day. Glory in the morning, then the night gives way. The stars preach with no tongue, still I hear them say, there is a hand above me, calling me to stay. Day to day keeps speaking, night to night keeps on. No word leaves that canvas, the message carries on. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Your law is more than paper, it wakes up the soul. Your way can make the simple steady and whole. Your orders are right enough to show me the road. Your words are sweet like honey when my spirit feels cold. They shine where I'm blind, they pull me back in line. They open up my eyes like light through the pine. Let the words of my mouth Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. Let the words of my mouth be clean, be true. Let the thoughts in my chest belong to you. May my rock and my redeemer hear me tonight. Make my hidden light stand in the light. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the paths of righteousness for the sake of His name. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, I don't want for more. He lays me in green fields by the still shore. He brings my soul home when my path runs dry. He leads me, even if I lose my way. He knows my name. Even if the dark gets close, He stays the same. The Lord is my shepherd, I will not fear. He walks right beside me, He keeps me here. The Lord is my shepherd, my cup runs over, mercy in every step, grace on my shoulders. He leads me straight on the right road, line for His own good name. He makes it shine when I walk through the valley of death's deep shade. I won't break down, I won't be afraid. You're with me, your rod, your staff, they steady my heart. When the night feels long, you light the dark. The Lord is my shepherd, I will not fear. He walks right beside me, He keeps me here. The Lord is my shepherd, my cup runs over, mercy in every step, grace on my shoulders. You set a table right in front of my foes. You anoint my head and you overflow. Goodness and mercy will follow me home all the days I breathe. I'm never alone, never alone. beside me. He keeps me here. The Lord is my shepherd. My cup runs over. My cup runs over. Mercy in every step. Grace on my shoulders.
Peace, everybody. We are back. Happy Lord's Day to you all. Hopefully you had a wonderful Sunday worshiping with your family and community. I just want to say what's up to you all. Shout out to the best, most electrifying comment section and live chat on the planet. Good to see everybody who's already popped in. Thank you so very much for popping in. What did you say here? Shout out to Amethyst. Shout out to Berean Standard Bible because ESV is copywritten. Ooh, really? Oh, because I love the ESV. You know, I'm team ESV for sure. Shout out to the best live chat. How y'all doing? What's going on, Chrissy? How are you, Texas mother? How are you? What do we got here? Mike is up in the building. Says, loving the music, just subscribe to Rhythm and Bible. Hey, did you do your homework, Mike? You're supposed to be doing the Kool-Aid pineapple taste test thingy in the mangoes. You got to get back to us, man. You got to let us know what's happening. Hopefully you didn't get your eyes start twitching because there's so much sugar in it. Shout out for sure. What's up? I've been in bed all day, sick, so this music is something I needed. Thank you. You're more than welcome, Stargaze. I pray everything's well with you. Keep us posted. Hopefully you are on the upswing. Please let us know. All right, let me see. Just saying what's up to the people up in here. Linda says, what's happening? She loves the music. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you popping in. Shout out to the moderators. Always making sure everything is moving and grooving in the right direction. Melanie, thank you for being number 16. Hello, good afternoon to you as well, love. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Natty says this. Jason, would love to see another show with you and fax me. Happy Sunday. God is good and true. You know what? I could probably make that happen. I need to reach out to him. I will try to see what we can make happen. We'll see what we can make happen. All right. Stephen is a good guy. Yeah. I like facts. He's good. He's good people. We had a good conversation. I'm looking forward. Got to ask, is it unfair drawing? Is this an unfair drawing? Like, am I actually not eligible because I am a man? No. The drawing has already happened. Everybody who went to the video and had TM, really we just went through everybody that was on there, who put TM or Tracey Martin in the comment section was eligible. I don't think anybody even noticed if there was a man. And actually, I need to see because my assistant pulled the name. So I don't even know who they are personally. So I will make sure. I know one. I see it right here in front of me. But the other two, I don't know. So no, you had a chance, Mike. You had a chance. What's going on? How are you, Libby? Number 9 in the building. What do you say here, friend? What do you say here? Good evening to all from Florence, Kentucky. There we go. How are you? Good to see y'all. Thank you so much. Everybody popping up in here. All right. All right. Let's go. Let's go. I already got 2 of her books, and I haven't had time to read much, but I did get some. All right. Well, thank you, Samantha. Thank you so much. Why are you always giving the mics homework? That's a good question. That's a good question. There doesn't seem to be some mic bias going on up in here. You know what? I do apologize. Oh, wait, what's he say? They're soaking in the fridge. We'll report tomorrow. So, okay, Mike, we need pictures, my dude. Mickey, we need pictures. Take pictures. So what did you do? We're going to be off task today. I know y'all are like, look, I want a well-produced show, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to get that. Like, what did you do? Did you get the mangoes and a pineapple? Did you get 2 pineapples, 2 mangoes? Like, one of them you did normal, one of them you did with half the sugar or no sugar at all. I got to know. We need, this is scientific up in here, Mickey. We need the detail. So please make sure you write down what you did. So we can, yeah, I'm giving them more homework. You're right. I'm giving them more homework, Mike. That is correct. Wow. Okay. All right. You know what? I don't think I know what's going on. I apologize. I really truly have. I have no idea fully what's going on. I think there was a conversation in the group chat, and I didn't get what was going on because I was dealing with some of the things over here at Whitaker Park. Let me here, let me just do this real quick. Here, I'm gonna send him a message right now while it's on my mind and just tell him to give me a holler. Hold on. All right, so I'm sending in my number, the whole gambit. So put myself out there for y'all. All right, so I'm sending him a message right now and make sure I got the right number. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so I sent him a message. I apologize. I don't fully know everything that's going on, but we will. I have to follow up back up on this and let the mods, because I had a show. Believe it or not, I really do have a show planned. I know y'all don't like Jason flying by the seat of his pants. No, I really do have a show planned for y'all. Okay, because I have something good I want to talk about. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. First things first. Let's get our book giveaway done. Then that way we have time to get, if I need to, hopefully I don't have to pull another name, but let's go ahead and get the names out of the way for the book giveaway. So again, Tracey Martin, she's a good friend, a very good friend and mentor of Erica Kirk. She wrote a book called Leaning into Legacy. Just about finished it, by the way, just about finished it. And she's donated 3 books to give away to the community. So I did a drawing. It's very, very scientific, AKA you had to watch the video and just put TM or Tracey Martin in the chat. In the comment section. That's about as good as it gets. And then I had my assistant pull 3 names at random. So here we go. With no further ado, let's get it done. Number 1, bada boom, karaoke 62. You are a winner. Please email management so we can get your book details to Tracey and get that book out to you. Thank you so much, karaoke. Y'all put karaoke in the chat. I was looking like, oh, I like that now. I didn't realize what your name said until today. I was like, it's karaoke. I see what she did there. That was pretty slick. So please go ahead and put karaoke in the chat. Tell her we appreciate her. Shout out to karaoke. She's a winner. She's got the first book, but have no fear. There's 2 more to go. Have no fear. All right. So your boy is back over here. All right. And number 2. Yes, that is you. Please email management karaoke 62. Now I like your name a lot more now. Do you sing karaoke? Do you do that? All right. Now, next one is Mexichica. This is the name show. I don't know if my assistant liked the names or what. Shout out to Mexichica. I'm thinking I'm adding extra syllable. Mexichica. Shout out to Mexichica. Did I see her in here? Now, I don't know, because somebody's asked earlier, is it possible for men to win this book? I really don't know this now. All right. It was super scientific. I want you to know, man, this drawing was super scientific. AKA, my assistant just pulled names. Didn't I see Mexichica here? I know I did. You do sing karaoke? Oh, okay, karaoke. Oh, yeah. I see it now. I see it all. It's all making sense. Okay, I totally get it now. I see it. All right, shout out to Mexichica. All right, and the last one. I don't know. Is this a male or female? I don't know. Alec track 1. Electra. I feel like Wise from a righteous perspective. He sits there and just messes with these names and messes them up. Like, I know better than that. Just stop it. Shout out to Electra one. Please email management. Management's email is right here. Please email management, and we will get these books out to you as quickly as we can. So again, we got Mexichica, we got karaoke, and we also have electric. Stop it, Jason. Just stop it. Congratulations. I apologize, Mickey. But hey, Mickey, you will be a winner because you are going to be testing out the Kool-Aid. What you call? Oh, you told me what you did too, by the way. I saw that. So I'm gonna leave these up just in case somebody else pops in. And wait, what did you say? You said I asked you what did you do, and I saw you typed in what you did. This is super. Pineapples and mangoes in red Kool-Aid. What? No sugar in either. Right now, I think the mango will end up needing sugar. Really? Okay. So what is the mango in? Bruh, this is going to be super scientific, man. This is so over the top scientific. Hey, shout out to SC Dog up in here. Bless you. What did you say here with the 5? Watch April Chapman's video about what Miss is dealing with. I stand with you and your wife. Thank you so much, Love Bug. I appreciate you. April's a good friend, and I appreciate her doing that for us. All right. All right. Yeah, we're together, Stargazer. I feel like I have a video that we're going to go over because I want to talk about a topic that we've discussed before. Matter of fact, I think we talked about earlier this week about Hollywood being creatively bankrupt. They don't have any new ideas. Hollywood, in the grand scheme of things, has no new ideas. And I've mentioned this before. I've said this multiple times that I want Hollywood to burn. I don't care for them. I don't care. I don't care. And I found a video today that just made my cold heart just so happy. So happy. I'm just over the top. And if I could click this button correctly, I could share with y'all what I'm over the top about. I was so happy about this. You're like, Jason, why are you excited about Hollywood not being successful? I'm excited about it because I think in my mind, this is going to be what is needed to kind of like put the proverbial boot to the hind parts to get entertainment back to what you and I are probably used to if you're like 80s babies, or if you just like good entertainment. I think you don't even have to be an 80s baby. Forget that. Strike that. If you just like good entertainment, I think, this is my perception, we are on the heels of potentially brand new, better content, not just rehashes, not just remakes, not just race swaps, gender swaps, foolishness like that in the modern message. No, just real content and real entertainment that's actually good. I think that's what we're at. I believe we're close to that. Well, Mickey says this. Mickey is close to this. Mickey said that mango said almost no juice, so I had to use some water. Oh, okay, got you. So I think I'll need a little sugar. The juice from the pineapple is already very sweet. See, that's what I thought. You and I are on par. I didn't know about the mangoes. I thought mangoes came with like some kind of juice or sugar in them. All right, so take plenty of pictures. I need details. Don't give it to your kids and have them bouncing off the wall and blame management, because management will not answer your questions. So if you give it to your kids and you try it out with the kiddos and they're bouncing off the walls, I got nothing for you, man. I got nothing for you. Now, if everything goes well, I will take full responsibility for that. All right. No, I think we don't have to wait for Mel. We don't have to wait for Mel at all. This video right here was so encouraging because these are people you don't know. We don't need Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson is still a big name. So if he was successful, it's because, well, it's Mel Gibson. The reason it was successful is because Mel Gibson. People came to see the movie because it was Mel Gibson or whatnot. He had the budget because it was Mel Gibson. Nope. I got some people today. You ain't never heard these folk. I didn't know any of these people. And I think that's where ultimately where Hollywood needs to go. So after the Super Bowl, the day after the Super Bowl, we did that show and we talked about how TPUSA proved that if people will support what they want to see, they'll see more of it. And it was a good turnout. I believe that whatever you want to say, I believe that TPUSA did quite well with their alternative halftime show compared to the main halftime show. And again, we could see this in many different genres and many different mediums as well. I'm sorry. Oh man, everybody on. I'm not going to be super long. I'll tell you that right now. But I appreciate you hanging out with me. I do. I appreciate you. Right. You need a detailed report, and you can put Mike's name on there, Mickey. Since Mike, we're picking on Mike's over here. We're biased toward Mike's. So put Mike's name on there on the homework assignment, and it'll be like a group project. There we go. That's it. And he'll get credit as well. All right. So I believe that if you don't like the comic books, if you don't like the movies, the plays, the music, don't support that stuff that you don't like. You don't have to watch it. If you turn on your television and there's stuff on there that you don't like, if you turn on your streaming show and the stuff you don't like, you don't have to watch it. I know that sounds crazy talk. You don't. You can go find something else. Good gracious alive. There are 55 quadrillion different ways to get entertainment that you can go to, and you do not have to watch stuff you don't like. And you can put your eyeballs and put your attention and put your money toward things that you ultimately want to see more of. So think about this. Disney Star Wars, they put out a movie for Memorial Day, right? Cost $160 million to make. 160. And that's probably a low number because Disney is notorious for not really sharing their numbers. So it's probably in the range of about 185, maybe even $190 million to make that movie. But you'll never know because unless they film in the UK, they don't have to announce it here in the States. So let's just say 160, as I said, 160 for just easy math. $160 million to make a movie that has barely scraped $200 million right now at the theater. Now, by the way, a movie that costs $160 million, usually half of that, you take that and you take half of it and you add that, and that's going to be the marketing budget. So 160, you're going to add $80 million to that, and you'll get 240. That's how much the movie needs to make in order to break even. Just to break even. That's not saying that it needs to, in order to be rolling in the cheddar or anything of that nature, just to be breaking even. And we are talking about Star Wars. We're not talking about some crazy movie that I came up with. We're not talking about some B-rated movie that you find at Dollar General. We're talking about Star Wars, and a Star Wars movie that cannot make $200 million. That's crazy. But we're going to talk about some movies today that have done so much better than that, and their budget was so much less. Imagine this, y'all. Imagine spending $1 million to make a movie. Just $1 million. Now, first of all, you'd be like, well, wait. Where am I going to get $1 million from? I don't know. But imagine spending $1 million to make a movie, and your movie currently has crossed $110 million, and it's only been in the theaters for 2 weeks. There's a high probability that movie is going to stay in the theater probably for the better part of the month of June at least. And you've already made your money back. So if you got investors or you borrow money from your mama or your grandma's credit card, that $1 million has been paid back in spades. And the movie's actually really good. Lots of people are saying the movie is really good. Now this is my buildup because I really want y'all to think about this. So let's bring Sydney in. Shout out to Sydney Watson. Y'all know I like Sydney. Sydney's a good people. All right. Well, that's not right. This is right. All right. Let's bring Sydney in here. We're going to talk about this, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, especially. I really believe that we are on the cusp of I'm going to go on a limb. I'm going on a limb here. I think we might be on a new track as it relates to media because people are no longer looking to Hollywood. People are no longer looking to the big studios and the big names. We now have proof and evidence in our hands, in the theaters right now, that you don't have to be a big studio to do it. So let's go ahead. Let's go, Sydney. Let's go.
It's so enjoyable watching Hollywood get kicked in the head.
All right, Sydney Watson, ladies and gentlemen, I think the link is down in the description. Check her out. Please make sure you hit the green hearts when you can hear. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. I do have to say before we get into this video, it's been so funny reading your comments on yesterday's video, asking me what is wrong with Scary Movie 6 and why I'm judging you guys for liking it. And I'm not. You're allowed to like whatever you want to like. In fact, you know, people in my own orbit really like Scary Movie, but I just don't get it. I don't think I'm the target demographic. So just know I'm not judging you. Well, a little bit, but not in the mean sort of way, in the I wish I understood the allure of this sort of way. So I'm glad you guys like Scary Movie 6. I'm glad you have a new one coming out. Go watch it, I guess. Anyway, it seems like lately Hollywood.
Okay, so as she's getting built up, what is it in the chat? What is your favorite genre of movie? That is acceptable to put in the chat, of course. What is your favorite genre of movie? Like, I really like whodunit. I like whodunits. Oh my gosh. And I also like chase movies or spy movies, if you will. You know, your Jason Bournes, your John Wicks, your retired assassin type of shows. So those are my, I guess if I just had to watch like a copious amounts of it, you know, give me Fast and Furious, give me some old Alfred Hitchcock, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched it either. I think I watched, let me take that back. I take that back. I do remember I watched the first one, but I don't like it either. So I'm kind of with Sydney on that. Gone in 60 Seconds. Okay. Sports drama. Remember the Titans. Okay. Yeah. I loved Bewitched. Two of my favorite. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Thriller movies. Okay. Drama thrillers. Okay. Okay. I like it. Okay. I think you all are going to be pleasantly surprised, especially if you haven't seen these movies that they're talking about today. So let's go. Go, Sydney.
Hollywood is having a really, really bad time. And I won't lie, that fills me with this warm and fuzzy feeling and really gives me a lot of faith in my fellow humans. Maybe we can have nice things after all. With all the drama surrounding the upcoming Odyssey film and learning that audiences are even turning away from Christopher Nolan, I am feeling heartened about the direction in which we are heading. Until something stupid happens next week, and then I'm sure I'll be sad again. But for now, I feel like I finally have some good news to share here on our Hell Gondola. I know, I am as shocked as you are, but as the crow once said, it can't rain all the time.
Can't rain all the time.
He is right, of course, but it is raining. Money, to be more specific. And not for the normal Hollywood elite, but for the independent creators who are going up against the establishment. And we love to see it. Right now, as I write this video, a movie is currently ripping through theaters called Obsession. It's sort of a dark comedy with supernatural horror fused into it that follows the story of a guy named Bear who wishes his longtime crush, Nikki, loved him more than anything else. Guy, you're really asking for it there. Yeah. Things go south when he gets his wish, and Nikki becomes obsessed with him to the point where she becomes dangerous. Listen, I don't know how many men know this, but this is a creepy reality about women. When we like you a whole lot, we want to basically borderline crawl inside you just to be close enough. It really can't be helped. I feel like when you like your man enough, you really just want to sort of skin him and wear him as an outfit. You know what? I'm understanding the horror element now. Are all women just small Buffalo Bills without the hole in the ground and the moisturizer? We are basically when Rick and Morty live in that alien for a minute when they think they're gonna die on that one specific planet. Anyway, what's great is that this film was made by a guy called Kari Barker, who some of you might have seen on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, performing skits with his friend in their comedy duo called That's a Bad Idea. He's never directed a film before, but you can see by the skits that he knows how to light, frame, and block shots. The funny thing here is that he made Obsession with around $750,000, and the film has done.
Okay, wait, I can't let you see it. Can't let you see it. $750,000. $750,000, y'all. That's not even a whole million. I rounded it to $1 million. How much did they make? How much did they spend? $700,000. That's crazy. When you see how much he made, and it's only been in the box office for 2 weeks, that is absolutely insane. So let's bring it back in. This is crazy work, y'all. We might be on the tails of something. We might be on the heels of something. Let's go.
so well that it's made, I think actually I saw today, over $100 million since it was released on May 15, 2026. I admit that I'm not very good at maths, and I know I could ask the AI to do this for me, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm pretty sure at this point, this kid has made his budget back 100 times over so far, which is something that major studios would strangle their grandmothers for. I'm kidding, obviously. They'd sacrifice them to Moloch. Not to mention, Obsession has
Somebody asked, the movie is named Obsession. It's named Obsession. Did somebody say that? Did I see it right there? There it is right there. Yeah, it's Obsession. She's Australian, so we have to be a little bit gracious sometimes.
Now surpassed Disney's latest Star Wars offering, The Mandalorian and Grogu, retaking the #1 spot domestically at the box office. To push this in perspective for all of you, Disney spent $165 million and 7 years making a new Star Wars movie. It opened on Memorial Day in thousands of theaters with the entire Lucasfilm marketing machine behind it, and almost immediately it got outpaced by a random indie creator with no meaningful experience in this capacity who spent 200 times less making his movie. In fact, Obsession sales went up by almost 40% in its second week, and this has just continued. If Disney being humiliated once again doesn't fill you with joy, I don't know what will. Barker's success honestly reminds me of the Blair Witch Project, which was made with $35,000 to $60,000 and grossed almost
Blair Witch Project was made with $35,000. $35,000. Wait till you hear how much the Blair Witch Project has made. This is crazy work. I do believe if more people paid attention, we could see a renaissance in movie making. That is the absolute craziest thing right here. Wait, what are we talking about? Yeah, and low budget does not have to mean low quality, because that video looked pretty good. I saw nothing wrong with it. But Blair Witch did? Is that what we're saying? Well, okay. You know what? Okay. I don't think that's what, I don't know. Is that who you're talking about? Or is that what you're saying, Mike? Okay, so you're saying the Blair Witch sucked. Not a problem. Guess what? You only spent $35,000 for it to suck. Not $165 million as Grogu and Mandalorian, and that sucked. See what I'm saying? Like you can experiment with stuff. I never saw Blair Witch. I heard it was good, but I never watched it. But okay, let's see how much they actually made, because I think that's going to put in context the whole Blair Witch Project sucked. Okay, let's go.
$250 million. Just, it's insane. I read somewhere, and I'm sure editing honestly reminds me of the Blair Witch Project, which was made with $35,000 to $60,000 and grossed almost $250 million. Just, it's insane. I read somewhere, and I'm sure editing Sydney will put this on screen, that there hasn't been commercial success like this for a non-massive studio horror movie since Paranormal Activity. Why do all of you like horror so much? Are you okay? I have to be honest, I live with a human being who loves horror movies. I don't understand why, but now I have seen so many of them, and I spend the entire time watching them like this, peeking through, hoping that I don't get eaten by a demon. I watched Hereditary, and then I also watched that other one with the people in the field, the cult, like Midsummer. I hated that too. Like I said, I'm not the target demographic. It's not for me. Anyway, overall, this is fantastic news. And what makes it even better is the fact that Barker is just one indie creator in a growing line of indie creators who have been knocking it out of the park recently. I am sure that Hollywood is losing their absolute mind about this. It's sort of interesting because despite the fact that there are a bunch of YouTubers and creators like me who talk about this sort of stuff all the time on our channels, when I go looking for official sources about this, they're usually left-wing. Like this one, for example. Ground News showed me this article about Backrooms, which is another indie film made by a TikToker, and it's only been covered by left-wing and center outlets, which is so strange considering how impactful entertainment is for the right-wing as well. But without ground news, I wouldn't know that there's this gaping hole in right-wing coverage. It's the same thing with the upcoming Odyssey, which has been covered a lot by the left. And you can even see how they frame their headlines, calling the criticism of this movie racist, whereas the handful of right-wing headlines covering this call the drama an ominous start. But there is so much of this in the news ecosystem. The right covers one thing, the left covers another. But because I use ground news and have done for years, I cut through a lot of this noise and all of the partisan noise, because at least ground news shows me who is covering what, from what perspective, what kind of headlines, what biases exist, what these outlets are all about, so that I can have a fully informed picture of the news I'm consuming. Since I have had my ground news account, I've used it to research all sorts of topics because it lets me read news from all over the map so that I can be better informed about my own blind spots and information that I don't see in my own bubble. Just for example, in Ground News's blind spot today, I was able to see the latest news around green cards, which the right hasn't really been covering a ton. I also just really like that Ground News is subscriber funded, because that means that they're answering to the people who use their service, not anybody else and their interests. So if you are ready to see through the spin and the noise yourself, then click the link in the description or go to ground.news/Sydney. And don't forget to subscribe through my link to get 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the same plan that I use for unlimited access. You can also scan the QR code on screen. Massive, massive thank you here to Ground News for sponsoring this channel and continuing to support this channel. Earlier this year.
Okay, let me real quick. Since I'm using Sydney's content, I think the only thing right is to let her get her ad in. And plus, I absolutely love the way that Sydney transitions into her ads. You know what? I'm not going to even cut it out. Let it play. She worked hard for that. Absolutely. I have ground news too, but shout out to Sydney. She deserves it. She works hard for it. I want to give her credit and such like that. So that's why we watched her ad. I'm just going to watch the ads when they come through. But I am going to also shout out to the great, oh my gosh, I missed this. Shout out. Amethyst. I feel like I'm low in my chair. I'll just lower my seat down. Why am I so short? Recent research shows that Gen Zs and As can't follow plot lines. They don't have the attention. You know what? I've heard this before. You're 100% right. Attention span and comprehension and critical thinking skills to follow even a 90-minute movie. I pray it turns soon. I have heard that, and that is why movies go from action to action to action, and very little dialogue, very little build up, very little character development, because they got to keep you exploding, something exploding and going on, lights going on on the screen. You are right on the money. Thank you so much for that, by the way, Amethyst, for that very kind 10. I highly recommend the movie Facing the Giants if you need your faith cup filled. Start slow, but grabs you quickly. Not produced by Hollyweird. Thank you so much, SC Dog, again, for the very kind 5, as well as a good movie recommendation. I've seen that movie, and I do agree that's a great movie. What is NASA here with the 10? Jason, I was in town when they made Friday the 13th. I literally grew up swimming in Crystal Lake. Really? Oh my gosh. I can't believe they're still doing that. They're still doing Friday the 13th, aren't they? Oh no, it was Halloween. It was Halloween that they're still doing. But man, that's some old school right there. I remember we thought we were big kids to be able to watch that. So you were in town where they filmed it. That's crazy. Okay, let's bring Sydney back up in here. Sydney, get back up here to the front of the church. Let's go.
Gaming YouTuber and apparently all-round good guy Markiplier caused some serious waves with his indie horror film Iron Lung, which is based on a 2022 game of the same name. This is a film that he also made on a very small budget. In this case, it was $3 million, that has become so popular that theaters across the world have picked it up, and he earned $50 million from the film. And many parts of Hollywood did not take this well at all. I have seen many an article crying about it, and that fills me with joy. Friend of the channel, Brandon Morse, made a great video talking about this, which I will link in the description. But to summarize his explanation a bit, Hollywood studios and access media outlets completely missed the point of why Markiplier's film did so insanely well. They seem to think it's because he has 38 million subscribers on YouTube that went out and saw the movie. But
this is why I say that we don't need Mel Gibson or a large producer to put out movies or put out content, if you will. We don't need it. We just need something like this gentleman. We need people who are like this gentleman. And I backed it up a little bit so you can kind of get a running start what Sydney says here.
completely miss the point of why Markiplier's film did so insanely well. They seem to think it's because he has 38 million subscribers on YouTube that went out and saw the movie, but that's just not the full story. Markiplier actually did something unheard of in Hollywood and actually demonstrated love and respect for the original source material. Plus, his desire to make a solid movie for fans of both his channel and of the Iron Lung game made a film that was so good that even the normies could enjoy it. His aim at this niche audience, plus his respect for the game and its creator, gave this film a unique flavor that translated to just good quality, and by extension, financial success.
I mean, you can't cry about $50 million. I would love to have $50 million.
Maybe I should make a movie. We all know that I am a
gosh.
fantastic actress.
Well, hello there. I'm a man. I'm a lord. Sydney Watson lives at P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Had a really great time at the Paris Olympic Games.
My friends and me can play in the meadow.
Ooh, ooh.
For Scotland and for freedom!
Kylie, your butt stinks.
Anyway, I think that Brandon is right, and his analysis here is pretty spot on. And the cool thing is, too, if you zoom out, you'll find that this is actually happening not just in the film and television space, but in other entertainment niches as well. The video game industry, just for example, is also brimming with corporate failure right now. Video games are released, like Highguard and Concord, from major studios that spend millions of dollars on creation and marketing, only to have gamers give them the middle finger and walk away because, frankly, no one is interested in half-cooked games filled with microtransactions and insufferable characters. So much of the corporate space is ideologically cooked, too, with even fantasy settings playing host to modern audience messaging, which we know and love.
So, I'm non-binary. What does that mean?
Hey, you kid! Get away from there!
I would not mess with that thing.
Don't put your lips on it!
So the corporate gaming industry is either trying to shove their ideological obsessions down your throat in one way or another, or trying to nickel and dime you to death with microtransactions that do nothing but affect your character's look. This, unfortunately, is not a joke. In the game Overwatch, there was a keychain that you could put on your character in-game that you had to give Blizzard $10 of real-life money to access, but in the Blizzard online store, you could purchase the real-life version of said keychain for $5.
I have questions, but they mostly revolve around who is buying a $10 pretend keychain for their made-up character in a video game.
Also, if this whole situation doesn't show you the absolute state of the corporate video game industry, I don't know what will. There is a pathological level of greed here that I simply cannot comprehend with my small Sydney brain. So clearly, gamers are increasingly done with AAA gaming studios and their publishers. And instead, hearteningly, I don't actually know if that's a word or not. In a way that makes me feel heartened, gamers are instead sort of leaning into indie game developers and creators, just like Markiplier and Kari Barker, because the games being produced by these people are made with so much more passion and more care for an actual solid gaming experience, rather than just raking in little green bits of paper. A little French studio called Sandful Interactive released a game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which blew people away with its art style, gameplay, and story. The game is now so beloved by players that it was heaped with endless praise, won a ton of awards, and sold 5 million copies. Team Cherry released Silk Song, a follow-up to their massively beloved indie game Hollow Knight, which lived up to every expectation and more, and ended up selling 7 million copies. It actually went ahead and beat Clair Obscur for 2025's Game of the Year on Steam, so I guess people really enjoyed that. Some guy also in Australia named Tyler made a video game about creating, packaging, and dealing drugs called Schedule 1, and it sold 9 9 million copies
What?
on Steam and remains one of Steam's
Great.
most successful games of all time. Also, worth noting, it had no marketing at all. Its spread was due entirely to word of mouth by players. Way to go, Tyler. Doing us Aussies proud, unlike some people. But again, all of the outfits that I just listed, they're not the only ones. Back in movie land, Danny and Michael Philippou, an Australian comedy duo on YouTube, made the supernatural horror hit Talk to Me, and they earned $92 million off a $4.5 million budget. Like, you guys.
I really think that the takeaway is we need to encourage new and independent creators. We have to. $4 million and it turned into $90 million. That is a serious upcharge. That is some serious return on investment right there. I'm sorry. I think we are. I'm gonna say it again. I think we're on to something. Let's go.
Guys know I don't like horror movies. I did watch this one. I was sufficiently freaked out by it, so I guess they achieved what they wanted to achieve. The Philippou boys actually made another horror movie in 2025 called Bring Her Back that I also watched. I don't pick these out. I'm just sort of an unwilling participant in the viewing process and watch them by osmosis. But that one also, it was incredibly awful and creeped me out, and I'm sure that you freaks would like it, so maybe go and watch these two videos. I don't know what it is about demons. Demons are just not, I don't like watching anything that sort of messes with that, because I feel like that's bad energy. That's bad energy. Like I said, this movie was released in 2025 and did nearly $40 million at the box office, and you guys are going to have to forgive me. Normally I would put visuals on screen so that you could see these films, but I'm not going to do that in this case because even just rewatching it freaks me out. So we're not going to do that. If you like this kind of film, I'm sure that you would enjoy it. Again, I think it's worth noting because it's actually really impressive that these indie creators made movies that did exceptionally well despite never making a film like this in this capacity before. Now we've already got Kane Parsons' Backrooms hitting cinemas, and it's already projected to blow the box office out of the water. Kane is yet another YouTuber who actually started doing Backrooms as a YouTube series based on a creepypasta. At 20 years old now, he has directed what will likely be an insanely successful film. Because this film has just hit cinemas, we don't have a ton of data about it just yet, but I'm sure we will in time. But it was made for $10 million, and apparently on its first opening day, it made almost $40 million. According to the Discussing Film account on Twitter, it is the 4th biggest opening day of all time for a horror film, the 2nd biggest opening day of 2026 for any film, and it has already become the biggest opening of all time for an A24 film. I think it's
okay. I'm gonna stop because I really want to drive this point home. So I just pulled up Backrooms. Backrooms opening weekend brought in $81 million domestically, $118 million in its first weekend. Production budget. Here it comes. The product. Oh, you can't see that, so let me make it a little bit better so you can say it. The production budget was $10 million. So they effectively have 12x'd their budget. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Now is every independent movie gonna do that? No, but just think about it. How much did Mandalorian and Grogu cost? $160 million. They could have made 16 of these movies. 16 of these movies with that. Now, would all of them have failed? I mean, all of them soared to, almost $118 million? No. But you only wasted $10 million instead of $160 million. And again, this is a movie that nobody's even heard of. I didn't know anything about it until I watched this video. Nothing. But everybody knows about Star Wars. Everybody knows about Star Wars. And they have run that brand into the ground that everybody knows about it and nobody cares about it. That's crazy work. But you know what's not crazy work? Amethyst Angel coming up in here with a 20. My gosh. The stream sponsor. When I got saved, one of the first things I did was throw away all of my Stephen King books and movies. I did keep the originals and The Exorcist and Omen and the Omen DVDs. They were classics that I haven't watched in years. Well, thank you so much, Amethyst, for the 20. I appreciate it. I can't tell you the last time, apart from watching Pilgrim's Progress, I can't honestly tell you I've watched a DVD or really a movie in earnest. I'm trying to think, when did I see that King Kong movie? I might have saw that. I don't know. But I'm definitely not a very rabid movie watcher like I used to be. Back over here to what we're talking about. I just thought this was super amazing. Why is this such a big deal? Because this is something that's completely and totally off. Imagine if, like a Tyler Perry, allowed his studio to be used by independent movie creators so that you can have a top tier studio and sound deck to do a movie. Imagine that. Rather than going out to Hollywood, rather than groveling at them, you do it here, or here because Tyler Perry is here in Atlanta. But you got my point. I think I think there's something happening here. I believe it, and I probably still won't see it. But anyway.
I think it's so funny, and I don't know how many of you have been following the drama surrounding Backrooms, but because of the hype around this movie and so many people being excited about it, other people on the internet have started suggesting that Kane Parsons didn't actually direct this, and that there's some secret director who made the movie instead, and they just said that Kane did it, which is, I don't know what to do with that. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck made one of my favorite movies, Good Will Hunting, when they were in their early 20s. This is not surprising. Corporations have acted as gatekeepers of the entertainment space for so long now, but thanks to developments in technology and people just simply having a will to do something, we in the peasantry are able to simply make things for ourselves now. And these studios are just failing to keep up because they're bound by HR departments, ideological infections, and a hyper focus on making money. They have to toss out originality to embrace what they see as safe. The thing about safe, though, is that it gets really boring really quickly. And it doesn't stop at boring either. It quickly goes into stagnant territory, which is probably why we have 500 iterations of the same movie over and over and over again. Meanwhile, indie creators like Markiplier and Kari Barker and the Philippou Boys and Tyler don't have to get approval from some committee of out-of-touch elitists in a boardroom. They get an idea for something, develop a passion for it, and create it with love and care. They want people to see their creation and love it first, and then profits come after. So you get these memorable creations that blow people away. And I think there's a side effect here of people becoming more and more done with the corporate sector of entertainment as these indie successes continue to come out. And I love every bit of this. I love that people are showing up to support these films. I love that people care and that they're hyping all of this up. It feels like we've been handcuffed to awful movies and video games for so long now that indie creators turning up and doing something new and inventive is sort of akin to eating a really, really good carbonara after being force-fed nothing but SpaghettiOs for years. Corporations cannot compete with the level of versatility and resourcefulness the average Joe brings out daily. They're flailing around, producing things that no one likes because they can't get out of their own way and can't get their heads out of their butts, while you excellent people are out here taking your crazy ideas and making them a reality. And that's kind of beautiful. That some guy lying in his bed one night can think, what if there was a planet full of blood and then you had to take a submarine through it and then you get attacked by a frog? And that somehow gets turned into a multi-million-dollar movie is just peak humanity. If you brought that to a studio nowadays, they'd either immediately shoot it down or try to turn it into some discussion about how capitalism is evil or something. And the main character would be a Black woman because reasons. And if it sounds like I'm kind of stereotyping the corporate entertainment space, I'm not. You know I'm not. Ultimately, I love that independent creators are currently being
what did that
empowered
say? Hold
to
on,
make
hold on. What
things
did that say?
in space. I'm not. You know I'm.
Joan of Arc to be played by Scottish actress. Joan of Arc played what? See, that's the part I don't like.
Not. Ultimately, I love that independent creators are currently being empowered to make things that they care about, that they're passionate about. And I love that by extension, we get to share in those creations. Because it goes to show that you don't need a million effects and a green screen and DEI initiatives and representation and all these bits and bobs that carry on in corporate Hollywood for something to be successful. You just need a great idea, a new idea, something interesting for people to chew on. In the end, I am so excited, and I think it's so
She
cool
is
that
doing
two
bird
of the
hands,
biggest
though.
movies right now were made by independent creators on reasonably small budgets. And I hope Hollywood studios are freaking out and realizing that if anyone with a plan and a good idea can make something that smashes their DEI nonsense out of the water, then what exactly do we need them for? Probably nothing, if we're being honest. Now, on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder: check out Ground News using the link in the
Shout out
description.
to
They have been a longtime supporter of this
Ground
channel,
News,
and I
Ground
really
News.
believe in what they're trying to do, and so should you. So absolutely give them a little look through, give them a check out. Is that a sentence? No. Have a look at them and see what they're all about. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Have you seen either of these movies yet? Do you have any intention to? If you haven't seen them, are you also excited about the prospect of there being different kinds of movies for you to finally choose from and watch? If you have seen them, did you like them? Did you dislike them? Did you think that they did a great job despite the fact that they were made on smaller budgets? What do you think of the fact that independent creators are now rivaling major Hollywood productions? Is this good? Is this bad? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here, you're not subscribed already, and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Like I always say, my wonderful little chickadee people, I hope you stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will see your beautiful little schmoodle faces in the next video.
Shout out to Sydney Watson. Sydney is definitely one of my favorites. I like her a lot. And I agree with her. Wait, where did I go? There we go. No, I agree with her, man. I agree. That, hey, the more people get out here and try and just put in the effort, the more we will see better content. Because we're not going to get better content from Hollywood. We can give that up, turn it loose. That being the case, we can see better content from independents, just independent creators. I'm all about it. What do we have here? I saw something I wanted. Oh, shout out for sure. I pray these creators don't bend the corporate buyers. Some YouTubers have sole control of their channels. You know what? That is a very good point. And I have a story. It's kind of like insider baseball, if you will. Let me pull it up. I was not going to bring this one up at all, but I might bring it in just to talk about what you're saying, Amethyst. Thank you very much for that very kind super as well. That, content creators giving up control of literally of their whole channel, of their name, of their brand. It's a real thing. And I didn't know that people did this. I didn't know it was like this bad. I just found the video. There's a content creator, former basketball player. His name is Gil Arenas. And I don't remember what team he used to play for, but he was successful in podcasting. Very similar to like a Shannon Sharp, very similar to Paul Pierce doing content as a podcaster. Well, he ended up selling not only his name, not only his channel, but giving full control of all of that to a marketing firm or whatever, media outlet, whatever. And they ended up pushing him out and literally renamed his channel, pushed him out, got rid of his co-host, brought in new hosts, and eventually just moved him right off the board. And it's kind of sad to watch, but if y'all want to, we'll watch it very quickly and just kind of explain it. Oh, he's on the Wizards? Is that where he was? Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much. All right, let's see what we got here. A lot of good people back and forth. And I'm trying to gain also while we're watching these, I'm also trying to figure out what the conversation is with Fax Me. I did shoot him a message and gave him an opportunity to talk. I don't really know what happened in its fullness, but I do want to hear a little bit more about it. So while we're watching this story about Gil Arenas, and again, to Amethyst's point, shout out very much for the super chat, the $5 super. This is what I hope doesn't happen to these content creators that we were just watching and such of that nature. that are out here doing movies and such like that, being all creative, that they don't end up selling their creativity off to the highest bidder. So let's bring in Poetic Flacco. I did not put this link in the chat yet. Let me go ahead and do that right now. All right, I'm gonna put the link in the chat and I'll put it in the description also, so we can make sure we check it out. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. Let's go. Right there. Let's go.
Gilbert Arenas
Greenheart's in the chat when you can hear.
is finally amidst what we've all known for a while now, which is he got himself in a really, really, really bad deal. He signed everything over to his white bosses. They own everything. He has no leverage whatsoever, and they are effing him over in a very bad way. Now, he's currently on social media fighting back, which we're going to cover, but it's too little too late at this point. This saga first began 7 months ago when the Gil Arena podcast YouTube channel got changed to The Arena. They took Gilbert Arenas' name from off the YouTube channel, leaving a lot of people with questions. Gilbert Arenas was then forced to damn near confirm that he doesn't own the YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is actually owned by Underdog Sports, who he sold the YouTube channel to. However, he was optimistic, letting everybody know that this was actually the smartest thing he could have done.
We love and appreciate y'all, right?
Hey man, listen, I ain't listen, Joe. Listen. I see some of them out there laughing at me, Joe. Talking about 360 deals, talking about, why would I give up 50%? You own 100% of nothing.
Question from 2K God. He said, if football is popping, why do they have to take over your channel? Why couldn't they make their own channel and make that pop? Question mark.
That's what we would have said. That was the argument. But as a family,
am I asking too many questions?
No. As a company, no. As a company, you don't want to start from the beginning. Most people don't like the grind of anything, right? They want something that's already turnkey and go. So why should they start from the beginning? Listen, we are expensive. We're not your average podcast expenses. We get paid a lot of money. So because they pay us a lot of money and we not taking no pay cuts in here, if they say your ass gonna do 2 days a week and we want to try what they do for 3 days a week and we keep our money, hey man, do your thing, man. We'll see. Do your thing, man, right? Because at the end of the day, we can say, oh, hell nah, fuck that. And then they start cutting contracts.
The language.
So if they want to go ahead and try 3 days a week until football season's over with and then recheck their hand, cool. Everybody still got their jobs.
Employment is key.
I can tell you this. With the way our contracts is doing, they could say, hey man, we're gonna let about 6-7 of y'all go. And turn y'all ass into
These folks is cold, man. They stepped in on some straight mafioso mob ties. Gil Arena was named Gil Arena. They changed it to The Arena with Underdog Sports, removing Gilbert Arenas' face, name, and brand entirely from the channel. Then they took Gilbert Arenas, who was filming 5 days a week. They removed 3 days, so like 3 days from his show, gave those 3 days to Skip Bayless' show. So now Skip Bayless has the show that's like the premier show now on the Gilbert Arenas channel. Now, Gilbert Arenas is saying that he has no problem with what Underdog is doing, changing the show name, bringing in more shows and paying more people, because that means his original host and the people that's on his podcast will keep their jobs and they won't get a pay decrease. Underdog Sports says, ha, you thought, buddy. They then fired 2 of Gilbert Arenas' co-hosts without his permission and without his knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah, I think Lexi got let go.
He did not have to do that, brother.
Ooh, nice. You been to that? No, the fuck I didn't.
Now let's get these numbers up, chat. It's fourth quarter.
I think Lexi told. Lexi did I did a show with her, one of her other co-hosts.
Oh,
she
Mariah?
came here and did Joy Taylor. And then she found out that Cheryl got let go.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
Huh?
So I didn't even know that, but I just mind my business, man.
I hit Cheryl to see if it was true. Oh, nice.
I don't know why they had these big, huge pauses.
I guess they didn't want to fly anybody back in, so I had to.
They changing the channel name They firing your co-host. They taking away days from your podcast. I feel like everybody could have seen it writing on the wall but Gilbert Arenas for some reason. Like, up until today, Gil Arena was still going off on any and everyone who dare told him, hey, bruh, I don't think you did the right thing. Hey, bruh, something sus is happening over here, bruh. They doing you filthy over there. They getting ready to burn you, bro. Be careful.
Yep. I'm kind of confused. And again, I feel like I'm asking too many questions, so I'm not.
No. You can take over this playback right now, sir. Because if you ask questions, we can answer them. We will not bring these topics up.
We
ain't
no
sellouts.
Okay, because this is now forcing me to ask very specific questions, just because how familiar I am with the community and like what's going on in the space.
Okay.
So I'll just cut to the chase. Who owns the channel?
50-50.
Yikes.
Oh, okay.
Y'all right.
Hey man, listen, listen, Joe. Listen. I see some of them out there laughing at me, Joe. Talking about 360 deals, talking about, why would I give up 50%?
Why would you do
You
that?
own 100% of nothing. You don't have.
So this is actually what happened to lots of music creatives in the 60s and 70s, even going into the 80s. You hear things such as they don't own their catalog or they don't own their music. Taylor Swift can't sing her own songs, or she can't play her own songs. So she had to redo all of them, stuff like that. And that's actually what happened. Like, these marketing companies come in, managing companies come in, and they're gonna like, hey, we're gonna take care of all the headaches. You just gotta go out there and sing that music. We're gonna take care of all the headaches. All you gotta do is do that podcast. We're gonna take care of all of that for you. But in the process of doing that, we're gonna take 60% of what you were making. I don't think it's worth it. And you still got to pay taxes. No, I don't think it's worth it. But that's what ends up happening. And like Gil Arenas doesn't own his content, like, which is crazy work. And so back to the point, I want to point out what Amethyst said right here. I'm praying that these new creatives that are coming out here don't fall victim to this when somebody's dangling $10 million in front of them in their faces, and they immediately sell out and give away all the power and control they have over their content. When you can't sing your own songs that you wrote, that you performed, you can't sing them because they're owned by this other company, because you gave them the power over your music. That's crazy work. And I mean, music is really bad about this. This is horrible with music. I think what we're seeing with like podcasters is really new, because podcasting is fairly new in the way that we've seen it today. It's fairly new. But it's been happening in music forever, in bands forever. So I just think this is super interesting. It's almost over, so let's go.
Have nothing, right? It's easy to own 100% of nothing you do, right? Like that's easy. Like 50% of a successful something is better than 100% of nothing.
Okay, well, I will admit I've never seen it. So shout out to Biblical Worldview. Bless you. Thank you so much for popping in. She said, look, if you've ever watched Gilbert Arenas' podcast, you will understand why I cannot muster any sympathy for Gilbert Arenas. Okay, now I kind of want to know. Darn it. All right, well, I will. All I'm going to say is that as a creative, whether you like him or not, the fact that he sold his content and he can't even use his name, I think they got control of his name for a while, like his actual name, Gilbert. They got that, right? So I'm with you right there. I feel you.
So, Gil, question for you.
I'm sorry. That's to you, especially Kwame Brown. I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm just going to show you your reality.
He was still pretending like this was not a bad deal and it was not stupid. Now, the value that Underdog Sports brought to the table, it's like, I don't understand it like at all. Like your Gil Arena sold everything to this company because they was hiring him editors, thumbnail guys, the equipment, and they were going to pay his co-host. Gilbert Arenas is a multi-millionaire who made $100 million in the NBA. Gilbert Arenas couldn't buy camera equipment. He couldn't pay for a set. He couldn't pay for an editor, a thumbnail guy. Bro, thumbnails take like $30. He couldn't, get like a group of guys around him. Hey, bro, we building towards something, man. When this take off, we gonna start. You're up 100 million. You didn't need anybody to fund anything. You could have done it yourself, but he chose not to. Now, here's the thing that Gilbert was not telling us and telling everyone in these discussions until now when he was forced to tell us. So Gil sold 50% of the show. So the IP, they own 50% of it. However, the channel, the Arena channel, originally Gil Arena, that got like close to like 1 million subscribers right now. Well, that channel, he sold 100% to Underdog Sports. So Underdog owns 100% of the channel. He still has the 50% of the show's IP, which to me is like to me, the channel is more valuable. You can literally start a new podcast on that channel and it'll do the same views as the old podcast. Like the name doesn't really matter. It's the people that's on the show. So owning 50% of the show name, but 0% of the channel is an L. Is an L. There's no way to put it. But here's where Gil is really pissed off about, and this is what sparked him going public today and making threats towards Underdog. So Gil has an NBA podcast, has a basketball podcast. These folks changed his channel name. He was cool with it. Fired his co-host without his knowledge. He was cool with it. Took away days from his podcast. He was cool with it. But it's the NBA playoffs that's currently going on. He has a basketball podcast. These folks told Gilbert Arenas he can sit home as his co-host come and podcast about the NBA playoffs with Skip Bayless. So they told Gil, do not show up to his own podcast. They replaced Gilbert Arenas with Skip Bayless, and that was the last straw for Gil. And that's why he went public yesterday, essentially telling Underdog if they keep treating him like he's not a valued member of the team, he's going to start believing it, and it's going to get bad for him.
I hate Rashad. No, I don't hate Rashad. That's my guy. I'm not sure they like me anymore. I don't know. I'm gonna just let y'all know, no different than NBA. Just remember this, chat, words are powerful. Just like in the NBA, when people start writing, the team is better without them, that player read it, that player believes it, that player starts acting like it. You know, so if y'all saying the show is better without me, hey, and the producers them say, oh, hey, you know, fans, you know, they don't care if he's here or not. And hey. But I'm on vacation, so you know, I don't need to be at work. I think I'm finals. I think I'm on a finals duty, not this one.
Gil ain't stupid, man. Them folks is edging you out the building, man. They took your channel. That's created another successful show off your name. They got your co-host on board and under contract. You the only person who apparently your contract is up this summer after the NBA Finals. Your co-hosts are under contract for another year or two. So they got your co-host. Like they said, bro, we don't need you, bro. We got Skip Bayless who can talk about basketball and football. Skip can lead your co-host. We don't need you.
Dang.
So now that like, do we really need you to come for the playoffs when you're, you know, due to have an expiring contract after the playoffs? Like, do we really need you? Or should we take this time to build momentum with Skip Bayless and your co-host and, you know, prepare for the very near future where you're no longer at Underdog?
Man,
Gil, they're edging you out. Now, I think Gil realized this when the following game happened and he still was not invited. So he took to his social media to send, I guess, his first and final warning to Underdog, letting them know that if they don't get their stuff together, if they don't show him he's worth something, if they don't offer him a contract, then apparently he would just restart the Gil Arena podcast on a whole new channel and run it back up without Underdog. I don't think that's a threat that Underdog care about too much at all. Now, he would explain that, you know, that when the contract expires, he retains ownership of the show's name but Underdog still owns the channel, which is the most valuable asset when you have a podcast.
Michael Jackson. All right, I'm not gonna say it again. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Michael Jackson. Okay, that's it. That's all I can give you. Thriller's coming. Shut up already. Okay? I'm an owner now. I don't want to hear nothing.
I don't think it's that powerful, Gil.
Mm-hmm. Y'all relax. Y'all relax. I've been cooking in the kitchen. What y'all trying to eat? Okay, what y'all trying to eat?
You tell us.
I got everything on the menu. Okay.
I don't think
This
it's that
channel
important.
says Gil's Arena, huh? It says it. It says Gil's Arena, don't it? Huh? Gil's Arena on the page. You know what? I'll type it one more time. Tap, tap. Huh? Does that look like something y'all done liked before? Okay.
Obviously, when he says a Mike Jack or Thriller is coming, he's talking about he's about to go independent. He's about to own, I guess, the show. Right? Once he goes independent, he owns the show's name. And he's telling the audience, yo, ain't this what y'all liked about the old set? Well, I got that already built in my crib now. I'm going to just bring my guys over here and we're going to run it back on our own channel that we own.
It's not going to be that easy.
Bro, y'all already did all the work for Underdog, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Underdog already hit a lick of the century, homie. Y'all done built. Now, it's one thing, right? If they were losing like Gilbert Arenas and the arena only had the Gil Arena podcast, but what Underdog did, man, boy, they did a slick maneuver, man. They kind of have experimented with content without Gil, and that content has been performing just fine, man. They brought in Skip Bayless. They brought in, like the NFL legends, the football guys. They brought in other basketball dudes, and they essentially have built another successful show. So it's not like, for example, like when Brandon, like the NFL wide receiver, like when he had Ryan Clark and other people on his channel and they only had that show. So when 3/4 of the show leave and start their own podcast, well, people from this show just followed them because there's no more product left. Well, no. They got other successful shows on the network. Bro, I feel bad for Gil, man. This is sad, bro. This is bad. But Gil is still optimistic he could defeat Underdog if Underdog don't start acting right.
Ain't nothing happened at all. My contract's over. That's it. Mine was over before everybody else's. That was it. That's all.
So
that's it. Ain't nothing happened. No beef. Me and Skip, we play golf every Wednesday. Nothing's wrong, y'all. So the channel, not the show. There's a channel. I think people usually purposely not hear. I think I said this like a couple months ago that my contract is up this year, and then after my contract's up, I will own the name of my show. I thought I said that, and I think they purposely nobody wanted to listen. I did 50-50 ownerships to get the foundation because I had no idea what it took to run shows. So now I understand how to run shows. So I don't need to do 50-50s no more. That's it. There's nothing, it's called growth.
All right. So shout out to Gil Arenas. I wanted to watch that because Amethyst Angel earlier mentioned that we don't want, as we're looking at new content creators getting out there into the big screen and getting out into other spaces of media and entertainment, that they not sell out or they don't sell their their name rights, or they don't saying they sell their the rights to their product, to their content, to these bigger platforms, because this is what happens with Gil Arenas. So I hate that for him. I don't see how he's gonna pull this off. It does seem like it looks like more like a Herculean task. Once you've gotten one going, and sure, you can always build another one, it just seems like it's gonna be hard work to do. But okay, shift gears before I go get Chief Executive Secondborn. Okay, I admit I have no idea what's been going on, the conversation around Fax Me and all of that. So I'm gonna tap in. I got Amethyst Angel gonna jump in. I think Susan's gonna jump in if she wants to. She can come in and just let me know what in the devil's going on. Shout out to Amethyst. How are you, Diane?
I'm fine. Can you see me, or am I just talking?
No,
Okay.
I'm looking at you. We're looking at your
Okay,
face.
there I
We're looking
am.
at your beautiful face. All right.
Oh, well, thank you. You caught me
What
off
do we got
guard.
going on? What's happening?
Well, I'll tell you, I was looking at all the comments. Mea culpa. I already had one tooth extracted, my wisdom tooth. That shows I got a big mouth and I am wise. I still have two left. Anyway, I got rid of the candy.
Okay.
I have not been following her. I've been reading the chats, but I don't know who this Shady Katie lady is. And I really don't have an interest. I've gone down different rabbit holes.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't have it in me with the sugar.
No problem. All right. So what happened? Okay, so I'm reading up. So Fax Me said he got a cease and desist from whom?
Shady Lady Kate from Candace.
Oh, from Candace. Fax. Okay.
Allegedly. All
Allegedly
caps.
got it. Okay. And so what happened? And then so he said he got a cease and desist, and people were saying that they were calling Cap, like literally they was calling Cap on his cease and desist. What happened?
I don't know.
I got you. I'm trying to read this as well. This seems like how did Gary get involved?
I think Shady Lady is on his is in his comments.
Okay. All right. And then I guess Fax Me said he's not going to do content anymore, or not going to do Candace content.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to read what Susan said here. And let me also check the comments here as well. It might, let me see what it says. It might be it might be as big, but I think. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Some people talk about. Okay. Thank you, Susan. I'm reading over it right now. Okay, so Gary didn't say anything about this. Apparently, he was supposed to be on with Fax Me, and I guess he canceled. I don't know what happened. Anyway, okay. So apparently, if I'm understanding correctly, just reading this, it sounds like Fax Me said he got a cease and desist from Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are saying he's Cap, or he's lying, or not being truthful. I guess Shady Katie, I've had her on the show before. Shady Katie said he was not being truthful. I don't know what happened from there. That's the part that breaks down what. I mean, did he show it? Did he show proof? I don't know. I hate that for him. Now, I like Steven, and I did send him a message to see if he wanted to rap or talk or whatever like that. So as soon as I hear something, I'll make sure that you all know. But yeah, I will say this though, and Diane, I mentioned this to you all in the group earlier. It is very possible that Candace Owens herself is we say an agent of chaos, right? Absolutely. I do think that copious amounts of Candace Owens content is not good for you. I don't believe that. I don't believe that it's good for you. If you notice on my channel, I've cut it out significantly. And I do think that might need to become a habit. We saw Jay from Storybox, I guess, maybe even Steven from Fax Me. They put out good content, but it gets overwhelming after a while, and it doesn't. Yeah. I think it's fair to say like spiritually exhausting.
Yes.
Start making mistakes. But then also, as I told you all in the chat earlier, I was convicted that even though you're doing the right thing, sometimes you can be doing the right thing for the wrong motive. You can be doing the right thing, and it's just not necessary to do it, even though it's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And an example would be what they say, what Paul wrote in 1 Corinthians 10:23. All things are expedient, but not all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient.
Yeah.
Sure, it's great to do it, but it might not necessarily be the right thing to do at this moment. It might not be necessary. And I do think that for myself, that's kind of why I've tampered back quite a bit of Candace. I know that we're going to still be talking about it after the Macron case gets underway on the 22nd of June. We'll be talking about it again, but like I think it might be necessary. It might be beneficial to kind of curtail it back a little bit, especially if that's what we're doing here is exposing foolishness, calling out ridiculousness, and so forth. Maybe we need to like roll it back a little bit because a steady diet of calling out foolishness after a while it seems to not be a good thing for the content creator, even though it's the right thing to do to call out foolishness.
I would also like to suggest what you've been showing recently and in our communications in the chats, various subjects are attracting more visitors, are attracting more members, are attracting more subs. You don't want to dig a hole and stay in that hole. You don't want to go down one rabbit trail. You want a couple molehills.
No.
Where we can dig a little bit, then come out and go to another one, like indie creators, like our Aussie friends. We really love our Aussie influencers.
I love my Aussies. I love them. I love them. And and somebody mentioned, in the earlier the chat, I was saying, hey, in the process of destroying and tearing down idols, you have to be mindful that the golden statue, or whatever the golden statue is this week, as you're tearing down that idol, you have to be mindful that there are people at the foot of that idol worshiping. So you just can't just come in there and just destroy the idol, because you're going to destroy the people there as well. So we do have to be mindful, myself included, that we have to be mindful, like, hey, there are people worshiping this idol. So in the process, maybe we need to evacuate the people before we start tearing apart the idol, or letting them know, like, hey, we're gonna be doing some construction. So here's your hard hat, but we're going to destroy this idol. I'm not saying you don't destroy the idol, but just be mindful that there are people at the foot of the idol that you're trying to tear down, that you're about to tear down.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean, the body cam nights are hilarious. What you just shared with Sydney is, I watched her today. I sent it to you in the DMs. She did another whole thing about Idiocracy, the movie. I think we ought to have a watch night. It's just variety does matter. We don't just want lettuce and tomatoes.
No. We like to mix up a little bit. And so, Diane, thank you so much, love bug.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you, girl. I'll see you
Grace
soon.
and peace.
Grace and peace, friend. All right. Thank you so much, Diane, for following on through. And to answer your question, SC Dog fan, yes, we will. I believe it's going to be streamed. I have not gotten a exact, but if I have to just if they are going to be streaming it, I will be live streaming. We'll just go back to YSL days, right? If they're not streaming it, I'm gonna do the bird hands. If they're not streaming it, then I'll be giving updates throughout the day, or give a nightly update, whatever like that. I'm hoping that it'll be streamed, so we don't have to do like a nightly update, but I will do it. I do think it's gonna be very interesting. I'm very prayerful that it'll be a 2-3 week trial. I really don't want it to be that much longer than that. I can see it just losing its fervor if it goes into the months or extra innings like that. So, but yes, the goal is to stream the case and add color commentary. Absolutely. So that's the plan. I'll keep you posted. And being the fact, as soon as I know for a fact what time they'll be starting, because I'm thinking they start at 9 o'clock, that makes sense because they're, but they're like 2 hours behind me. So that'll be like 11 o'clock my time. So, but I'll keep you posted for sure. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, everybody who tapped in and is hanging out with us on this evening. I don't think it should either. I really don't think it should last long. I'm really praying that it doesn't. I don't see any reason for it to last super long. Yeah, we'll be going over it. Absolutely. Y'all, thank you so much, everybody. I just want to say I really appreciate the month of May was pretty good. I really want to say thank you so much to everybody who was liking videos and connecting with the content, of course, watching them. I kind of forgot that part. Welcome to everybody who's joined the channel, all that kind of good stuff. I really do appreciate it. We are steadily marching. We're still going to hit my 100,000 subscribers, and we will do that. But the month of June, I'm going for 100,000 likes. So this month, at the current moment, I think I'm at like 80. Let me double check. I'm saying it like y'all know. I think I'm at like 80,000 likes, and my goal is to hit. I want to hit 100,000. So I'm definitely behind my goal. No, I'll take it back. I'm at 75,000 likes. So we're gonna get back at it again. I want to say I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for liking the videos and engaging with the content. It does mean a lot. Thank you for everybody who picked up shirts and merch this month. I noticed that I made my bumper sticker, my Candace bumper sticker, and nobody's picking up my Candace bumper sticker. What I need to change? Tell me what I need to change, people. All right, let me double check that. All right, bada boom. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Okay. Almost 1 million views, very close to 75,000 watch hours. Okay, we did well this month. No complaints at all. No complaints whatsoever. But thank you so much, everybody who picked up shirts and merch, all that kind of stuff like that. I do appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy what we're doing. I do have a fun video going over and showing you the studio. I'll probably have that done this week. Mark, Mark, he's up to something. He's cooking with something. So I have that video available for you. I do have some fun videos. Some of the clip outs that we did from this past week from Thankful Thursday, as well as from Body Cam Friday, looking at some of those sports that we were watching, the things of that nature, just some good content to just give you something else to look at and watch. So that'll be dropping during the week as well to kind of break up the Carmelo Anthony trial. So maybe during lunch, we'll drop a video afterwards and course and stuff like that, just to give us a little bit of break, just to break it up a little bit, especially if the case gets heavy or if the case goes in extra innings, something like that. What do we have here? Shout out to the good people. Thank you so much for that. Grab your Grace and Peace t-shirt. What time would that be in Utah time? I don't know. Okay. What time? Let me double check that. I think it's supposed to be 11 o'clock my time, but let me double check that too. That's a good question. Like a real question. All right, so it looks like it might not be live streamed. It might just be a summary on Court TV. Let me double check this. If that be the case, okay, it looks like it might not be live streamed, so it will be just an update. So if that be the case, so what I'm gonna do tomorrow, let's do this. Tomorrow, I'll just do an update tomorrow evening. And that'll give us the time to find out if, in fact, they are going to live stream it. If it is live streamed, then I'm just going to, live stream it, of course. But I'm looking through here, and it doesn't look like it's going to be streamed. So I'll just do an update tomorrow. And then that way, if we find out that, yeah, they are live streaming it, then we'll do that on Tuesday. We'll live stream it regular. If they're not, and it's just an update, then we'll just know every night at 8 o'clock, I'll just do an update, kind of hear what your thoughts are. What are you seeing? Going through some articles and some clips related to it and such like that. That'll be the plan tentatively. So tomorrow, and I'll put up a community post to remind y'all as well. So yeah, man, I hope this goes well. I really hope it's drama free and just get to justice so we can move forward from there. I hate that for that community as well, though. All right. Who Cooking with Crisco. What y'all talking about? What does that mean? The trial commenced at right 9 a.m. Central Time, which is 11 o'clock my time. Wait, Central Standard Time? Oh no, that's 10 o'clock my time. Sorry. Yes, I did see. Just to let y'all know, just in case you didn't know, Miki and Will Adson were supposed to come on the show a couple weeks ago, and I had to reschedule it. Now they have the baby, so me and Will are going to work on a show one time coming up soon in this month. I'll make sure you all are aware of it. Speaking of, thank you so much for reminding me of that. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I have a guest coming on Thursday. All right, y'all want to take a guess who the guest is? Let's see. Thursday at, let me see what time he's supposed to be coming on. I think it's, don't quote me on this. I want to say it's 3 o'clock in the 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why tap in who you think the guest will be while I check it out, pull it up, make sure I know. While I'm over here talking smack. Okay, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, anybody, any guesses? Who we got? I got a guess. I know you're gonna like him, and I will give you a hint. He's never been on the show before. No, not Fax Me. Edie, no, not Jay. Somebody's never been on the show before. So all these people you say, yeah, this would be crazy. Tracey, now Tracey's been on the show before. Not an Aussie. I will say that it's not an Aussie. Greg, that would be fun. I would love to talk with Greg. Hey, all right now, Mickey, you keep putting out these good ideas. You keep getting homework. So stop putting out good ideas, bro. Now, if you have access to Greg, say, hey, Jason would love to talk with you. Have you come on and we can talk for a second. Don't get yourself in trouble, man. George. Oh, Wise is great people. I love Wise. Ben Shapiro is crazy. Hold on, let me pull up his let me pull up this person's information. See, I don't want to give you too much. I want to give you too much details because then y'all think y'all know something like me. Y'all think y'all on to something. All right, I got it ready over here. I'm gonna pull up in a second. Let's see. Frank Turek, Artie and I are gonna do something this month though. Stay tuned. Brian Harpo. Okay, y'all got some good ideas. Yeah, I would absolutely have Greg on. Hey, I'm not above it. I'm not above it. Frank Turek, I can get with that. Joshua Carr, that would be a fun one. You all are not at all in the wrong area. Like you all come up with some good ideas. Now, please feel free now. If you have a connection with any of these people, you are welcome to email management and say, hey, management, I got the hookup. I get you some intel. Okay, what we got? Ashley Merchant. Oh my gosh, I need that Pantene in here. I would absolutely. Y'all are great. Donald J. Woo-wee. Donald J, come on up in here. I would be, I'd talk with him, sure. That would be fun. Man, you guys are cooking. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm gonna let y'all keep going. I already got it ready to tell you, but I'm loving what y'all coming up with. Tamir Neely, I've reached out to Tamir. Why have we not? What is it? I think the email is on her. Let me double check. I think it's on her. Don't quote me on that. Tamir Neely. She did email. Wait, she just emailed me today. Hold on. Y'all must have, who did that? It's Sister Scripture. You knew what was going on. All right, I'm sending her a message right now. So the email was on her, but she did reply back. I didn't even notice it until right now. Shout out. How did this get lost? That is crazy. Y'all just talked that woman up like that. And I see it right. I don't know how that email slid under there. You guys, y'all read my emails? What's going on with y'all? All right. Graham Allen would be fun. You all are not at all Marlon from both sides. That would be fun. You all are crushing it. Look, I'm just gonna send y'all out like, look, okay, let's go make it. The Nashville police officer that pulled over at George. Why are you like this? Why are you like that? Are you debating the Hodge twins? That would be fun. I don't like the Hodge twins at all. I really don't. This one's a good one, Tal. Gosh, man. I'm leaving these up. Like I'm ready to tell y'all who it is. AT from the Garden Project. Man, you all have some of the best ideas. I don't even want to mess with it. All right, let me tell y'all real quick so you'll know. All right, on Thursday, 3:00, I gotta make sure. You know what? I need to make sure I get his headshot for our thumbnail. We are gonna have, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give me a drum roll, please. Wait, I messed that up. That was so anticlimactic. We got Neeson Black coming on the show on Thursday. Absolutely. So please make sure 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be having Neeson on. We're gonna be rapping. Well, actually, he is a rapper, so I'm not gonna be rapping. We're gonna be talking, and maybe he'll rap. I don't know. But anyway, I'm looking forward to having him come on. We got a lot to talk about, lots of good stuff to discuss. So he'll be on Thursday at 3:00. Look, y'all were so close. I'm like, man, like you all were right in the ballpark. But again, the ideas that y'all came up with, hey, now from your keyboard to God's ears, right? Man, let me tell you something. Y'all had some good ideas on there, man. There's some good people. If you got a connection, hey, holla at your boy. Email management, dearwokec@gmail.com. I will absolutely collab. Absolutely. So anyway, that's this Thursday coming up. Let me check off my list of things we're going to talk about. Oh, I got my behind the scenes video I told y'all about. I told you about 1 Corinthians 10:23. Oh, I'm being productive today. I'm being productive. Y'all, shout out to the best live chat. Thank you so much. So Neeson will be here on Thursday. Anything changes, anything comes up, I'll let you know. And I will, of course, make sure I update you over the community post tomorrow and the such like that. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much. I like collaborations as well. So I'm glad that you all like them. Please make sure you stop through. And of course, make sure you support good content creators because we need more of them out here in this space. So the more good content creators we have, kind of like what we said about independent movies and the such like that, the better we all benefit. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Meg Kelly went on the Twin Show. Shake my head. She's totally pandering to the candy coat. Yeah, I've kind of transcended that. I'm gonna comment every now and then, every blue moon, on Candace and them like that. But to me, I think those are lost people. They're just lost folk. The best we can do is preach the gospel to lost people and pray that God, by the power of the Holy Spirit and the preaching of the word, will rescue them. But the best we can do is, and then on this side, the best we can do is just keep making good content. I mean, we can keep calling them out, but I mean, for what reason? They're just lost. I mean, they're just lost. So, yeah, appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Texas Mom. Thank you, Love Bug. I appreciate it. Oh, wait, this is a good question. What'd you say here? I'd love a Trump case review from Ashley Merchant, who was the main attorney in the Trump case, especially with the current shenanigans going on. That is a good question. You know what? I have to admit that was a pretty good one. I will give you that for sure. Chicks on the right. Y'all have not put out a bad one yet. Maybe the Hodge twins. That was kind of a bad one, but even that wasn't terrible. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't the worst thing I've seen. I appreciate it. So, Mickey, please make sure you keep us posted. So, for Thankful Thursday, I would love to go over your pineapple Kool-Aid pineapple experiment and Kool-Aid mango experiment. I would love to talk about it. So, if you haven't done, no rush, by the way, because this is just all for fun and games. But I'd love to hear how it all turns out, and if you gave it to your kids and did the eyes start twitching, that kind of stuff. Did they drink the juice? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, let me know. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'll do that for Thursday. Thankful Thursday. I want to see you and April have a talk with ABL about what is going on culturally and with them. Okay. I mean, I would April. That's like just giving me like food for thought. I love working with April. So, Anthony, was that Anthony Brian Logan? Is that his name? ABL? Yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to him. Hear me when I say I'm not a big fan. I'm not listening to his stuff on a regular basis. So I wouldn't. But I mean, I don't have any problem with him. So I would work with him, sure. My niece will definitely drink the juice. Okay, well, we're gonna have to do like a test. Like what happens afterwards when she drinks it? Is she on the floor twitching? Like what happens? Is she bouncing off the walls? Like we might need a whole plethora, several cameras, heart monitors, the whole nine. We might need everything. What do you say here? April would be great also. Oh, absolutely. Wait, what does this say right here? Smith says, because he just needs a nudge, ABL, that he knows right from wrong. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know much about his faith. I just know his content as a conservative. I don't know much about his faith. So, okay. Hey, I would have fun talking to him. I like talking to people. I love me some April. When she's fired up, she doesn't hold back. Absolutely. Wait. Never drink from the party bowl. Okay. That's an old school rule. I got you. Now, well, Mickey is doing the pineapple Kool-Aid pineapple challenge for us. He's doing pineapple and mango, and he's taking one for the team. He's already got it made, he said, and he is going to report back on how good or not good it is. So I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Is he? ABL is Team Candy. Really? Oh, I definitely didn't know that. Oh, that would definitely be interesting then. That would be a conversation I'd be interested in here. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, I see some good. Actually, management is getting some great content already. Shout out to that. I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. All right, we will have this ready for future activities for sure. Yeah, we'll have it ready. Wait, what happened? Yeah, I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that, but I'm sure somebody will let me know for sure. Or they'll burn them down for sure. Yeah, I see Greg is getting ready to start talking about Carmelo Anthony as well. I think it's going to be interesting tomorrow. So we will definitely be praying that goes well and that we, get on the track of providing or looking rather for justice for Austin Metcalf for sure. And by the way, we did do the drawing. Please make sure that you already got one, but please make sure that you hit me up with your hold on, Jason, your rookie Jason. There we go. All right, let's go over our winners again. We know we got karaoke. I believe karaoke has emailed management. I believe I got you all squared away, getting you over there to Tracey. Let's also remember Mexichica. If you are here, please make sure you email management. I'll probably put up a community post reminding you all to hit me up, and I'll get this over to Tracey as quickly as possible so we can get your book back to you even quicker than that. And then, of course, Electra one, please make sure you email management. Thank you so much, Karaoke, for that. And I will definitely get those books out over to Tracey so she can get them to you. And I believe she even signs them because she signed mine. It was very kind of her to do that. So I appreciate it. What we got here? The judge in Fulton, they got caught with the police officer in the chamber, same judge that sends Todd and Julie Christie. Yes, Chrisley. That is correct. That's the same judge. Yeah, email management, JWhit at JWhit.com. All right. Looks like good stuff. Y'all, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. To the very kind supers, I appreciate you. SC Dog, Amethyst is definitely the stream sponsor on this evening. Thank you so much for blessing us. Thank you so much, Natalie, as well as it was SC Dog and Natalie, as well as Amethyst. Thank you so much, y'all. I am going to go get Chief Executive Secondborn from work. We haven't figured out the whole thing about her driving to work, because she's driving her sister's car. And I mean, now granted, she does stress me out. She's like, Dad, I'm just going to get ready to go. I'm like, go where? What are you talking about? I'm just going to go to the grocery store and pick up XYZ ABC. Like, ma'am? So Dad, I got my driver's license. I'm like, okay, I guess you do. So, needless to say, we haven't figured out where she's going to park, because her job is on the Marietta Square, and there's just a lot of stuff going on over there. And so that's the only reason. And she's got her sister's car. So they have to still share at the current moment. So we'll see what happens over the school year. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to go pick her up. Y'all, thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate all of you all. Thank you, everybody who has supported and shown support for the situation going on here at Whitaker Park. We really do appreciate you all for that. Thank you so very much. I'm looking forward to be able to share with you all how God has been faithful in moving in that regard. And I'll keep you posted respectfully about that as well. What else do I have to make sure I miss anything? Wait. Who is Todd? Oh yeah. Y'all gonna stop talking about Atlanta, y'all. I'm gonna put every one of y'all in timeout. Y'all leave Atlanta alone. We're not bothering y'all. We do have some corruption. That is a very good point. Atlanta definitely, man, it's sad. But to God be the glory. Y'all, thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hopefully you had a beautiful Lord's Day. Have a wonderful week this week. We'll be back Monday. I will do the morning show to give you a lay of the land for the week. I'll do my Monday morning meeting tomorrow and let you all know kind of what to expect this week. More than likely, it's going to be an evening wrap up, going over the Carmelo Anthony trial and any other cases like that. So maybe make it like a 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock-ish, depending on how everything goes. And we'll figure it out from there. So everybody, thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you, everybody, for rocking with us. I'll see you all real soon. Until then, everybody, hold on. Let me do this. I realized that I made a change to the outro, and I want to fix that. So now I fixed it. So until next time, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.